Be a voice.
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 Visit WisconsinVoices.org.
Visit WisconsinVoices.org.
Visit WisconsinVoices.org.
And learn more on how to be a voice with Wisconsin Voice.
So, question for you, Joe, regarding relocation.
Mhm.
Is there any, because I know a lot of folks that have relocated to the city and some, and I know it varies from state to state. So, folks moving into Wisconsin, into Milwaukee, is there a time frame that you have to be here, a certain amount of time you have to be here as a resident before you even can register to vote?
I'm not entirely familiar. Is there? I'm pretty sure there is.
30 days.
30, just 30?
But I have to, everything else has to be switched over within 60 days. So, my driver's license and things like that. So that's also another great time to register to vote. So.
Great question.
Kia.
Great question.
Great question.
Yeah.
Because they're coming and going. They're
Really on.
bro.
Yeah. Big time. They definitely are coming in and out. And yes, for all our new people. That's a great segue into just a random comment. If you are new to the city and you need to get registered, please register. You floating around Milwaukee, you taking in that new tax. You might as well go ahead and get registered. So yeah, I definitely want you to get out there and do your thing. We know Joe is going to do what he got to do. So you got any other highlights right there you want to talk about when it came to the election? I know we seen for myself and Latoya was talking about that on Tuesday. Latoya, what was your number at the poll the other day?
14.
14.
Yeah, and that was sad. And that was after we left the radio show.
Yeah.
That was at least a good 12, 15 in the afternoon.
Yes. And what location was that, Toy?
The library, right across the street, Atkinson Library.
Okay,
Yeah.
Right.
And
Looking right at Atkinson. Shout out Atkinson Library too. Ooh, so 12. All right. So anybody else, do you remember your number?
I was highly discouraged. I had two wards, 109 and 112. Andrew Douglas Middle School off of
18th and Nash, right? Yeah.
it's right off of Keith, Nash Old Parkman.
Mm-hmm.
In my ward 112, I was number 15 and I went at 612.
Wow.
I went in the afternoon and there were the 20th person for 109 was walking in. So 35 people have been to the polling location online from 7 in the morning until 6.
Yeah, y'all, we really need to take this serious. We need to practice this voting. We need y'all to understand how important, and please, the elders.
The primary.
Yes, thank you. And yes, and the primaries, absolutely. We need y'all to, thank you. We need that people in Milwaukee to come out. For our elders that's listening, I know that y'all listen to the radio and listen to 860. Please, can you tell your nieces, your nephews, your grandkids, the importance, sit down with them, talk to them about the importance of getting out there and practicing and exercising their right to vote. Just to tell y'all, I had left the office with Tamika and Latoya that night. We did the youth program. Of course, I want to talk about that, Latoya. I want to get into that. Please tell us how it went for you, because I came on the late end. But I got right into it. Sean was pulling, shout out to Sean too. Sean pulled me right in and threw me on his podcast and all that. That was pretty interesting, but it's a lot going on. Say the
Right.
But yeah, I got to my location just to let y'all know. I right after we left and we were sitting outside talking for a little bit, I was number 47 at, what was that, a quarter to 7?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was.
yeah, it was like a quarter to 7 when I left. Yeah, because we was there for a minute. Yeah,
Yeah.
number 47.
What?
So, and that
For a
was
whole day.
right, and that was Marshall High School. So, anybody that came after me, thank you for getting out there and exercising your right to vote. Anybody that was there before me, thank you as well. But number 47 at almost 7 o'clock. I'm sure it's about 7 o'clock when I got it.
So you know what's so sad about that, Brian, is if you count Keon, our ward, your ward, and the ward that Keon mentioned, 109, between the 4 wards, it was less than 100 people all counted by 7 o'clock
Yeah.
in the evening. So that's a lot to say. And I really kind of feel like people was not motivated by the candidate. Just to be honest, not motivated by the candidate.
A lot of times that's what motivates people to get out and vote is they're either excited about a candidate or they're not excited about a candidate, or there's an issue on the ballot that really strikes home to them.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, but even these small elections like this, early primaries and the national elections get all the limelight, right?
Right.
They get all the focus, but the ones that really impact you are these local elections, these ones that are, that affect your neighborhoods, your communities, your city, your county. So
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
Big.
I appreciate y'all for sharing that. Let's go ahead and give a quick love hug and high five to the team of Wisconsin Voices. We got to do that. That's something because we're gonna be hitting the streets doing a lot of election work, community work, and I got some ideas and some things I want to run across you that I think would be pretty good for us to put a stamp on for ourselves and helping and just add any extra legs and feet. I said legs and feet, hands and feet to some of the partners. But yeah, you definitely want to shout out Nicole,
Managing Director of Operations.
Thank you, getting that right for you. Go ahead, Ms. Tamika Vukovich.
Co-ED.
Yeah.
Tim Schindler. Co-ED.
And don't forget Chi.
Chi as well.
Angelique. And Chi is the Communications Director, and Angelique is the Data and Field Director.
Yes.
Yeah.
We love our team. Thanks
got a great
everybody.
team.
Yeah. It's a dynamic. Everybody has different talents and skills.
So we can't forget Peach.
Oh, is that an honorary team member now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peaches is our honorary member.
Right. She want me to
She don't be
You want to
playing.
tell them about Peaches?
Oh, yeah.
She don't play. She loves eating.
Yeah.
So when you eating, she comes stand right by you and be like, "Rrr, rrr."
Peaches is kind of our office dog now.
Yeah.
Just very.
I didn't got her dog food now. Go yo beef jerky.
Got some things, man, that we just should, kind of talk about first before I get to one of the little topics. I do want to just give some praise to some of the pioneers in Black history. I want to even just talk about, a couple people that have changed the way that we view things in America, and their products or their patents have created something that will forever be used in a format. And if it weren't for these individuals, we wouldn't have had these inventions. So the one that I really just want to, talk about real quick that I think is important that everybody should know about, there was a woman named Mary V. Braden Brown. It's from blackpast.org. I just want to shout out credit the website as well. So she's credited with the invention of the first closed circuit television.
Oh, right.
Right. So these CCTVs we see at 860 got them all floating through. You got to be secure, got to be protected. She was born in Queens, New York in October 22nd, 1922, and resided there until her death of February 2nd, 1999 at 76. So her family was from Massachusetts on her mom's side, and then her dad's side was from Massachusetts, and her mom's side from Pennsylvania. So she got the patent in 1966. She was and it was later influenced, of course, by modern home security. But you see, I mean, just look at that. That's a Black woman that created the closed circuit television. And what she did was interesting. Brown's security system was the basis for two-way communication surveillance features of modern security. Her original invention was comprised of peepholes, a camera, monitors, and a two-way microphone. The final element was an alarm button that could be pressed to contact the police immediately. Now look at that. You see that? What year did we say that was? 1966? 1966, she got the patent. So I think they said something about 1962 somewhere in here as well. So 3 peepholes were placed at the front door in different height angles. I just wanted to kind of break down just the complexity of something like this. The top one was for tall persons, the bottom one was for children, and the middle one was for average height. She was even thinking about equality with height. At the opposite side of the door, a camera was attached with the ability to slide up and down to allow the person to see through each peephole. The camera picked up images that would reflect on the monitor via a wireless system. The monitor could be placed in any part of the house to allow you to see who's at the door. So Brown, she created something that individuals are using all over the world.
Yeah.
Gave the idea, had the patent. That's great news. And I have other people that we can talk about as well, local too, that, work like us.
And we want to hear from our community if they have people that don't often get recognized, because that was a great segment, Brian.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people probably didn't even know that.
Yeah.
That it's a lot of Black inventors. And you think about your stop sign. I can't say the name of the inventor, but you got your stop light.
Yeah.
From a Black inventor. So we want people to call in 444-5250 and give us your Black history inventors or person that you want to shout out.
Right. Yeah, please call in. Let us know who you think or who you would like to, give a little recognition to. They could be, somebody that's passed, somebody that's still on earth with us. So just kind of switching gears a little bit. Fox News commentator has been getting chewed for some comments he made. And the only reason why it's such a crazy thing, he's trying to put the Black community on the spot. And I thought it was a little wild. Yeah. I don't know if you've seen this, but
no, I haven't. That's why I said,
So it's a political commentary that works for Fox. He Trump, did you see the shoe that Trump released?
No. I don't. I'll blow it. I'll blow
him. I ain't going to get that on the go.
I'm imagine you. I'm looking right now. Imagine what you got on.
You out of order. Hey, what's crazy? Yeah, right. Hey, that is out of order.
That's our logo.
Wow. Well, you put a picture of them up in the studio, see how far that go.
Listen, I guarantee you, they don't know who they are. They'll be like, oh, that shit.
Right. What that stand for? What that Trump stand? What that's the T stand for? But yeah, so this individual made some comments. Arreo is his last name. First name, Raymond Arreo is his name actually. And if anybody has heard about this, call in, let us know how you feel about it. 414-444-5250 at 860-WNOV. But just speaking on Trump's sneaker, he made the claim that the new shoes will lead votes into the Black community. His theory is that Black people love shoes, and so therefore we will connect with Trump shoes because we go to sneaker cons and conventions, I guess, like that. And he said, and guess where he said this really is going to make a big difference. This is a big deal, right? And this is a quote, certainly in the inner city. So right there, we're learning that, we just buy any shoe, like we don't, have style, and we ain't the creators of of some of the smoothest matching outfits and things that we do in the culture that has been shot all across the world. So
didn't we create you?
But wait a minute. No, wait,
I don't know. Wait a minute. I'll take that one.
Yeah. I know. I'm just a well-rounded individual. I'm not saying it's proper.
Right.
Let's give an old school fact. I don't know if you.
Go ahead.
I don't know if you're old enough. And I know my homegirl over here, Toya, remembers troop jackets.
Yes.
Who made the troop jackets that everybody was hurting everybody for? Who made the jackets? No, the Ku Klux Klan. Remember when we found out that stuff?
Yeah, that's when they stopped buying them.
Jackets hard.
Yeah.
I see Snapple is back.
But you know why they thought? Yeah.
Snapple juice.
And you know why I thought? You know why Snapple was?
Oh yeah, because they were people was on that side.
Yeah, I heard
but
about
you know why they did the Troop jacket? Remember the group Troop?
Yeah.
And they were very popular at the time. So they get you every way they can.
But you got to
try to get your money.
A female comedian, I can't remember her name. I was watching the Comedy Channel on the fly one day. She was talking about this shit. It's about woken up, with racism. Racist. Nice.
I've heard some things about even Lululemon.
They feed into what they see people like.
Yeah, they didn't fed into even like the Lululemon brand. I've heard. Yeah, so it's a leggings brand, a real expensive like spandex type of leggings that is supposed to be has all this technology in it for women to make sure that they are okay wearing these different products because they're so tight. Lululemon has been accused of, I guess, one of the accusations is that the name came for the creator of the Lululemon wants to make it hard for certain group of Asians to say the name Lululemon. So that's one reason why they make it. It's kind of crazy. So.
Catch Wisconsin Voices via Voice Radio every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday at 11 a.m. as we focus on community partnerships, voter education, and long-term collective impact for all Wisconsinites.
You're listening to Wisconsin Voices BA Voice Radio. Follow us at BAWI Voice and learn more at wisconsinvoices.org. Wisconsin Voices 3 pillars: protecting democracy, teaching advocacy, building community.
Yes, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
How are you?
Doing pretty good, so.
What up, Todd?
Yeah. I got the whole list right in front of me. It was on my desk too. Paper applicants. I need glass too. Chess, alphabet. Ew. But what was that? Home security? What's her name again? Marie Brown?
Yeah, Marie. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just want to get it right because I don't want to skip any.
Yep, Marie Brown. Yep, I see that on here.
Yeah, her name is Marie Van Britton Brown.
The player piano, door stop, door knob, as it relates to African American inventors and Africans in general, the alphabet, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It goes down, like you said too, Toya, the traffic signal, so on and so forth, kitchen table, gas burner, the motor itself, a golf tee.
Yeah.
That I was a caddy back when I was young. My father, he blew me that summer when I was acting up. Yeah. Peanut butter, but neither you nor there.
Yeah.
Toya,
Yes.
people calling me about work.
Oh.
I don't have to say no name.
Yeah.
I said call to the radio station. And so if they do or don't, they calling me looking for work. And so as it relates to that, you and your comrades there, I still got to get y'all names, when I get 'em.
Brian and Joe.
Brian and Joe. Y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. But I'm going to keep it real with myself. You hear me?
Yeah.
Right? So Brian and Joe, I will never forget that again, Brian and Joe. And see, that's the old school thing you say it a few times, and then you make
playing
Brian and Joe. It will never change. But yeah, y'all have a good day. And yeah, I'm glad y'all commented on the voting, and I still got the track. The get out and vote track. I didn't do it because I got it, but I really didn't put it out because I wanted to see,
Let's do it for April.
I got it. I'm going to hit you up and let you hear it. I'm going to send it to you and let you hear it first.
Okay.
I'm going to send it to you and then we could tweak it or whatever, and get the language, but right, because we thrive on moving message,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
That's what's up.
So I got you. I'm going to send it to you.
Okay.
I just got killed because it's opportunity.
Okay, got you.
I love to it. Y'all have a good day, Brian and Joe.
Yeah, thanks, Todd.
Beyond, I hear you, fam. You already know.
All right.
Thanks for calling.
All right, y'all have a good one.
You too.
Yeah, thank you. All right. Yeah, so thank y'all for holding on with us after the break. Again, we have myself, Brian Sanders, LaToya White, and Joe. Hey, they can look you up. Hey, remember, we are on our website too, guys. Don't forget. Go to wisconsinvoices.org to check on anything we have going on in the community, anything that you may want to add to our events page, anything that may interest you. Hey, if you want to donate to us, we would love that too. Wisconsin Voices will be doing so many great things this upcoming election season, and just striving to make sure that what I really want to do is just connect with so many more new partners that we have to reestablish connections with that we have. And, I want us to be either, second line, or front line when it comes to doing some of their events. So we got one right here with us to get things started off. Who we have in the building today?
Good morning.
Good morning, Shaquan.
I'll say it again. You want me to say it again? Shaquan Jefferson.
Yeah. Well, good morning, Shaquan. Thanks for coming to Be a Voice.
My organization is a Key to the Streets Foundation.
All right. So thank you for coming out. So, Shaquan, I know you for a little bit. You've been on your thing for a little bit, as far as your grind, education, doing, all the necessary things to make yourself a strong force in Milwaukee. Tell us what is your drive? What's your path? What gets you going, or what has you moving in this direction you're going right now? And give us a little background of your career and how you got to it.
Okay, that's a good question. I'm currently a doctoral student at National University. I'll be graduating in about a year and a half.
Wait, say that again.
I'm a doctoral student.
Okay. All right, doctoral student. I like that. Okay, we got more doctors gonna be in our community. Keep
That
going.
part,
Yes,
the
we need it.
melanin for sure.
Shout out to our. Ain't got to shout out to those doctors. I love our doctors.
Yes, yes. What kind of led me into the field, I always had a drive as a young girl. I just had a passion for helping other people, that empathetic aura. I went into social work, seeing that I wanted a little bit more. So as I got into my master's, I decided to, I guess, want to do therapy. And so I took it that way. So I'm a licensed therapist here in Milwaukee with the melanin. But then I had another passion. I have a brother currently sentenced to 35 years to life. And, we went through a lot as kids. We were all separated when my mom was on drugs. She's clean now. But at that time, my brother was fighting through the streets. And so I said, if he had someone like me off that one mistake, he probably would have avoided the conflict. And so that's what made me kind of go with my organization, Helping Black Men, A Key to the Streets Foundation, to give them that abundance of life, to show them that it's another world outside of all of that, the adversities that we may face.
Okay, yeah, I like that. You broke it down and told us a little bit about your personal life, and that was well said. When it comes to Keys to the Streets, what angle would you like to see Keys to the Streets go? Where you feel like you'd be doing the most impact to the community, or where you want to see a lot of your work go to in the community? Because everybody has their lane when it comes to rehabilitation and in the Black community and the underserved community or Black and brown community as well. So where would you feel like you can really polish up some things when it comes to helping our people out?
Most importantly, advocating. That's the first word that came to my mind. We don't have enough people to advocate for us and to have that educational piece. And with me having this educational background, not only am I doing it for my family, but I'm doing it for the people. That's one aspect. And then the other part, I'm going to go into the therapy mode, that Maslow's hierarchy of needs. We need those basic needs to be successful in order to take those next steps in life. So that's food, clothing, shelter, all of those things, because a lot of people that are going into these prison systems are either homeless or they have went through a lot of trauma that's not addressed. And so I want to make sure I address those basic needs so that they can focus on the other things that they may need.
Thank you so much. If you got any questions for Ms. Shaquan Jefferson, mental health therapist, hit us at 414-444-5250. All right. So when you're looking at the demographic, or just we can go with this, you can go age, or however you want to, respond to this. What's the primary focus within that?
So my primary focus is men between the ages of 18 and 26. I think that'll be our first focus, and then we'll broaden it as we expand. We'll broaden it to other age groups. But that's an age sector where I did studies and did a lot of research while being in school, that a lot of people don't want to work with that population because they feel like it's the most difficult population to work with, due to them being young and then lacking that that growth and intellect that they may need to sustain a life.
Yeah, I see myself, and I think this is why when we did the partnership, and Latoya has been supportive in partnerships. Latoya is a partnership guru, organizing guru. She can get folks to look. You gonna listen to Toya when it comes to it. But I sat down, I had to tell Toya, and I come in, I'm like, look, this young lady, she's on the rise, and we got to catch her before she get too big. And that's what you got to do with some of these folks, these organizations. You got to catch them before they blow it up, because I know her personally, but some people I know personally, they starting to blow up a little bit, and it's kind of hard to get them in. I had reached out to a couple of folks, and I'm like, I'm busy, or I got this going on. And that's what's happening when you really starting to change and starting to operate in Milwaukee the right way. Folks want to work with you. You're doing great work when you got people that's reaching out and that's, hey, I need to tap in with you. We need to see what's going on. And even just, working with y'all and doing the work I've been doing a year and a half now, I'm starting to see it's serious. When people, they want you to, hop on, and you see I get invites now, and it's new to me still getting invites to do stuff. I see Toya getting invites, and she getting little pictures made and drawings and artists made. I don't get none of that yet. Yeah. So hopefully I get to her level. So, Again, I just wanted to thank you for coming in. My background is working with that age group as well. I worked at a Job Corps before, and I've seen the importance of mental health and having somebody like you. And we did have a doctor or a therapist used to come through as well. But having individuals like you that's rotating in, that's fresh in the game, that's ready to give new knowledge and new point of views, and generations, they change. Some of the issues are the same, but the way that their approach is different. So having somebody more relatable, somebody like you that's going to be a doctor before she even hit 30. Before you turn what, 28? You're going to be a doctor before you turn 28. I don't want to say, I know you ain't, you young either way, but you're going to be a doctor before you turn 30. That's a blessing. You are doing great things. I mean, I'm happy for you. It looks like we got one more caller on the line. Good morning.
Good morning. Is that it'll be a medical doctor, or it'll be a PhD or a doctor of psychiatry? And are you working with young people for suicide also? And if you could spell your first name so I can put it in my file. Put who you are. I can get your first name down, the spelling of it.
Okay, perfect. So you spell it SHA.
Okay.
QUAN.
Okay. And the Jefferson, right?
Correct.
Oh, okay. Now, are you of what kind of doctor you are? Are you a psychiatrist or medical? How are you?
Nope. So my studies for my doctoral degree is just going deeper in just into the psychology realm. So I'm already a therapist. So the clients that I work with now, some of them are high risk, some of them are low risk. It varies. But I've had a few. I got a lot of experience with suicide ideation.
And at the Wisconsin, you're doing this in, or a special clinic, or?
Yes. So I'm actually at 2 clinics here in Wisconsin. One is 100% virtual, and then it's another through the program, if you're familiar with it, with Wraparound and CCS.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm familiar with that. See, that sounds cool. We used to have a Black psychiatrist here, but I think she's up at a younger age. She's in Atlanta now, Dr. Wanzo. Because her dad was over the Youth College Church for years since we passed on. But it's good to have some more clinical people like that in our community, though. And really ahead of her this month. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
That's love.
Okay.
Thank you for calling so much. We appreciate that. Yeah. I mean, what you see going on in our community, when I'm working these programs, when we going out doing things, you see that we need the young men to be able to have somebody to really dig deep into some of the thoughts and be more proactive versus the reactive scenarios or things that we have that are set in place for, whether it's a mental health facility or jail. We need on the other end as well. So we need the funding to be placed in the community for individuals like a Shaquan Jefferson to help, and for organizations like hers so they can thrive and do things. Anybody got any little comments?
I'm definitely I'm admired by your age, and we need to see more people of your age working with younger people. It's more like peer to peer. So how does it feel to be young, but have all that knowledge to be able to help people through their traumas and crisis?
It feels good to me. Like I tell people when they ask, I'm an old soul. So I feel like I've been here before and before and before. But I also say too that God is using me as an instrument. And so like I was just talking to someone earlier, I was just stating that I kept trying to avoid what my true talent is. It's therapy, and it's that therapeutic approach, but it's also helping people and being able to understand different people that come from different backgrounds, because we can all be African American, but we can be culturally different. And so me being able to have that empathy and that sympathy and to be able to kind of like put myself in their shoes, because with therapy, you have to do that every day, because somebody might say something like, oh, I ain't never been through that, but I'm able to put myself in that moment, replay that moment in my head to be able to better assist those people. And so I just use that instrument in a positive light.
Right. That's true. That's true. And that's amazing that you said that, because people would think of that like, oh, she walking into your therapy session like, oh, she young. So, but like you said, and I like the approach that you said, helping with their basic needs, not just being therapeutic, but actually helping with their basic needs. If we can get you to a place where you're not worried about this, then we can work on your mental trauma. So
Yep. And that's been so successful for me with even, the people I work with now. I think I still get calls from people I had like at the beginning when I was like, I don't even know what I'm doing. This is my first thought. They don't even know that. But it's a blessing to see the turnaround of how these people have changed just off of getting help with like credit stuff and other skills or speaking skills, interview skills. We're doing all of that with therapy. That's therapeutic when you're able to, like you said, just meet what you need at that moment. Because it might not mean that you need to talk like that. You need to get this other stuff addressed before you go in and get that inner trauma out.
Yeah, I like
Thank
that.
you so much, Shaquan.
I like the way you said that, Shaquan. That's real. Yeah. I used to have the people that came through and needed just a resume, and they was just spazzing out because they didn't have a resume made when I was working for Food Share, and you have individuals coming in like, man, I just, upset, all types of attitudes. And it was just really because they didn't have anybody to assist them with just creating the most basic resume. And everybody wasn't sweet to me trying to get these done. I had guys that would come in and attitudes was on 10, and once they got that, that taken care of, everything kind of smoothed out. And that's like you said.
Because that's a big step to their life.
Exactly.
That's helping them get a job.
Yeah.
And if they don't have the skills to do it themselves,
Yeah.
that's stressing them.
Yeah.
Because that's going to meet their basic needs.
Messing with
Their housing, their food, their clothing, their mental health, right? So, like, she hit it on the head when she said, meet those basic needs is like the most important thing for a person to get off their mind when they're going through it.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So, just one thing, just to kind of wrap it up, how can people get in contact? We want to, outside of WisconsinVoices.org, and other ways to get that they may want to reach you outside of social media. How can they do it?
I have all social media platforms. I have a LinkedIn, was my first and last name, SHAQUAN, last name Jefferson. So I post a lot of my updates on LinkedIn. And then I also have an Instagram and Facebook page that you could directly message me, which is a Key to the Streets Foundation altogether, a Key to the Streets Foundation. You can also call my business line at 414-415-8091. Again, that's 414-415-8091.
Please join Wisconsin Voices every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. We will be focusing on community partnerships, voter education, and long-term collective impact for all Wisconsinites.
You're listening to Wisconsin Voices Be a Voice Radio. Follow us at BAWI Voice and learn more at wisconsinvoices.org.
The 3 pillars of Wisconsin Voices are protecting democracy, teaching advocacy, and building community. Learn more about Wisconsin Voices and our partners at wisconsinvoices.org. Stay up to date on our community events page and get involved by visiting our donation page.
Bryan Stevenson, born November 14, 1959 in Milton, Delaware, is a leading American lawyer and social justice activist. He founded the Equal Justice Initiative in 1989 to address systemic racism in the criminal justice system, particularly in defending marginalized individuals, including those on death row. Stevenson's work with EJI has led to the overturning of wrongful convictions and relief for countless unjustly sentenced individuals. He's received numerous awards, including the MacArthur Fellowship in 1995, and authored the best-selling memoir, Just Mercy. Stevenson's steadfast advocacy for racial equality and social justice makes him an influential figure during Black History Month and beyond.
Yes, good morning or happy Friday to y'all. I want to say thank you for everything you do in the community and dealing with Black people. But I wanted to ask you a question. Do you feel it's racist when Black people don't want to live around their own people no more because they can't find people?
Anybody want to tackle this one first? Is this one for me?
Any of us. No. Peace is within yourself. So, no, don't look at it that way.
Yeah, I second that. I believe that, hey, if you want to move around after a while, I think that regardless, and somebody cracked a joke to me last night at the barbershop we was talking about, opening up just more, I'm in belief in just having more in our community that Black owned businesses, restaurants, shopping experiences, and putting quality folks back in there. Entrepreneurs need to come out of their shells and get back to doing what they're supposed to do. But somebody cracked a joke, and I was saying if I had the big time money and I moved way out to Thiensville, he's like, yeah, you would. I said, yeah, if I did, but if I wanted to, but I probably go downtown nice and live in something ducked off before I go out there. I'm still, regardless, I'm going to be in the community doing what I got to do. If I got a little more room, absolutely. If I got a little more room to grow and give more, I would, without a doubt. So it wouldn't be me being removed. I don't care where I'm at. You just can never lose that wherever you from, because I mean that's just about being.
And I want to just say thank you for answering that, because I know it's a very touchy question. Because I know it's a lot of people who've been living in their house for 40 and 50 years, and they feel they can't get peace right now. And they have done everything, calling people, tried to do box club leagues, and they're just tired of being sick. And so I just figured I'd ask a question. But I want to say thank you for tackling it, and have a great week.
You too. Thank you. Great blessed weekend yourself. Thank you. All right. So back on with Miss Courtney. Go ahead, let us know who you are, what you got going on.
So my name is Courtney Francois, and I represent the Village Association. So the Village Association is a community-based organization where we would like to help prevent violence and promote advocacy within people, but also to help people heal from their traumas and create safe spaces for people. So the goal is just to create community, create engagement, create safe spaces, but also to, come together and help people heal and grow.
Cool. What made you step off the porch and really want to do this? Like, we all sat in the car and sat with our folks, we'll start an organization. We're going to get it going. And, sometimes people just like, all right, cool. But everybody, it take guts to do this. I mean, we got somebody to my left who didn't start an organization and left it, right? But she's, is still doing its thing. Yeah. And that takes courage to get it going, but then also to step away from it because it's your baby, that's your child. And I hear a lot of people say that about their business all the time. So Courtney, what really got you to the point where you're like, I got to do this?
I am a mother. I have 3 sons, and my oldest is 16. So he had gotten into his first fight at Riverside, and they tried to make him a felon for his first fight after he was being threatened for that fight. And, they had picked him up from home and took him to the detention center, and he was there for a couple of days, and just the court process and dealing with the DA and seeing how, they treat the youth, and, the fact that she was telling lies and, really just trying to force this felony on him when it wasn't supposed to be. But also I was a trouble youth myself. I used to stay in St. Charles. I used to steal cars. So a lot of times when I see the youth doing the things they're doing, I can relate to the place where it's coming from and why they're doing it, the root of it. So, after having that incident with my son and thinking back to who I am originally and the things I've done, it just felt like I needed to get out here and assist and help in the ways I can.
Yes, really are.
Yeah. I think we all agree with that. Joe, me and you was talking the other day, and you was just talking about how, back in the day you was a knucklehead, and I was like, yeah, I had my knucklehead moments myself. So I think we all just feel like we got to really give back, because we all either have people in our communities and stuff that we know that have been through, and maybe they went up north, went down south, or whatever, caught a case, and we like, man, we can't keep having these cycles of people doing, these crazy things. I got to be able to help some youth some way, or, give back some way. So, I mean, that right there is something that I definitely want to dig deeper into. What area, what age group is your primary focus at the moment?
It started with me wanting to just service the youth. Teenagers, maybe from 12 to 18, but lately I've really been working with adults. I've been working with a lot of adults and a lot of businesses and a lot of companies, giving workshops and things to them. So it became an inclusive thing for everybody.
Shows how deep the problem is within our community. I mean, if you're just aiming to target the youth, and then you have adults approaching now, even there's just so much of a need in our community, I think.
Yeah. Good point. Yeah. I was thinking about that too. I was like, how's the response from the adults? Some
Your traumas are a little different.
Yeah, the trauma. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it is just you got a difference in the just what's going on and what the needs are. So, how has it been with the adult population that you're seeing? Or are they being responsive to your services?
They have been. And, it's one of those things where they want to keep it going. They want to keep meeting. They want to keep having conversations. So I'm working on things so I can reach more people, where I know it's some people that are opposed to, dealing with their problems. Like my mom, she doesn't see a point for therapy. But in her statement of talking about therapy, she was like, what do I need to see a therapist for? So I can tell them that my kid's waiting on me to die and woo, 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 and this and that. And it's like, I mean, yeah, really, it's all a lot of instruments right there.
Right.
Carry me with what you need. Go to the therapist right there.
Somebody about that. But yeah,
But that's a lot in our community is people in denial of needing to let out a lot of that energy. Yeah, they're holding in.
It's a generational thing as well. You know, the younger people seem to be a little bit more receptive to therapy and saying, hey, you know, I may have some problems that I need to address. Whereas the older generation and my parents, your parents, may be a little more reluctant to.
I'm not crazy. Well, like I said, you was. I tried them from a raised right in there. They were just back to the way they were.
You know, having that tough guy or tough girl mentality.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way we gonna reverse these things that's in, you know, that's in our DNA that have been embedded since, you know, in our community, been embedded since the, you know, go back
Since they started having therapy.
yeah. Or just the things that we going through. We need folks that, you know, can come to the plate and like, look, man, it's time for me to go to see this therapist. And I'm glad that the Gen Zs and millennials are really starting to go through and embrace therapy. And even some of the Generation X's, a lot of the Generation X, you know, it really starts, you know, those are leading the generation. We need to see the, you know, the Generation X's go and go to therapy as well. So, you know, thank you. We're on WNOV 860, 106.5 FM. If you have any calls or questions for Courtney, 414-444-5250. We're just here. We're talking about the village. We want to just get an understanding of what she's got going on, how she feel about folks in the organization, in her organization when it comes to, you know, the responses. Who do you work with, Courtney? Like, who are some of your partner organizations outside of Wisconsin Voice?
I was going to say, well, my newest partner.
Go ahead and tell me right. Courtney came to see us yesterday. I'm glad that you came through. We gave her a tour a few months ago, but, you know, just kind of going through and reestablishing that connection. You know, outside of Wisconsin Voices at wisconsinvoices.org for anybody that may be looking to check us out. Who have you been working with? Individuals or organizations?
Organizations, I'm partnered with Joyce's House Education Center. So when it comes to helping people begin GEDs or any type of training or learning, you know, I direct them. I work with her to get that orchestrated for them. My previous courses, I've worked with Fathers Making Progress, Metcalf Park, but I've done that via the Milwaukee Turners. They have helped orchestrate those classes. I've worked with the Cray Responders, with going to the detention center and talking to the girls weekly. And I work with Team Till 365, with going to St. Charles and working with those youth. So those are the orgs I've worked with so far.
All right. Working with the youth. Do you see there's is there a need for more youth programs? Do you see more youth programs or more youth spaces needed? I do like the one. What's the one that we visited on Fond du Lac? Get their name and I feel bad. It's right where Mr. B's used to be, not Mr. B's, but Mr. James. As far as the partnership we're supposed to create, but you know, you have spaces like that where youth can go
Underground, urban underground.
No, not urban under. It'll come to me. Maybe it'll come to me. Oh, great.
But I used to go to a spot right over there when I was a teenager. When I first moved here, it was something right there by Mr. J's, of course, Mr. J's, but it was a little teenage place I would go to here and there. But I do think we need more. But I also feel like we have enough and maybe we're just not utilizing it. Even when I went to the King Center the other day, I feel like I've never really explored the King Center. To be an adult and been a teen here, I've never really, and it has a lot to offer, you know, from boxing, and it's only $50 a year. You know, karate, different sports, different activities, different people you can engage with. So it's just, I guess, how do we get the youth involved? How do we get them to these spaces? I think that's the question.
And sometimes is it affordable for
Very true.
parents in our community? You can see the unemployment is high. There's not a lot of long-term stability jobs. So it all depends on a lot of that. From working with the youth for many years. And then just think what parents have 3, 4, 5 kids. Can they afford to put each one of them in those programs and pay the costs for activities?
Right.
The place I was thinking about, I found it, Owens Place. Have y'all, you know, remember I went up there and do want to recognize them. They let us come in there and do some voter registration and work with them on some voter registration during our project that we had. But Owens Place is a nice.
They just started a new on the south side.
Oh yeah,
near south side. They just opened up a new Owens Place.
Oh really? Oh, that's nice. Yeah. So okay, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Places like that,
you know, national.
I love to have a Brian's Place.
Yeah.
You know, we get us a Wisconsin Voices spot. You know, for the teens and the youth that we can hire some young adults and get going and get some people from the village in there. Things like that. We spread those out across the city. You definitely need more. Far northwest side definitely need more teen centers and youth centers and that can start polishing up and start getting them going towards certain trades and different programs. Looks like we do have a caller on the line. The number is, and we're at WNOV 860 106.5. It is 414-444-5250. Again, that's 414-444-5250. Caller, I'll see you when away will we get right. See you in a minute soon as we get a chance. Courtney, when it comes to your let's just say legacy within the village, not your personal legacy, where could you see it going without telling us your whole game plan? Where could you see it going? How big is this for you?
Everything like Kanye, I want a school.
Ooh.
I see a school, and in my mind, that's always what I see: a big building, and there's different things to do, from mentoring to life skills to home ec to just carpentry, all the different things that we need to know, to Black history classes or whatever your background is, to learning about who you are and where you're from, to gardening and just a little bit of everything. The things we need to know, life skills.
Yes, all of that. I love everything that's on here. I just want to say a few things real quick. Just communication, anger management, parenting and love and family, parenting, youth bonding, critical thinking, health and wellness, cultural understanding. I love that. Life skills. So real quick, we're going to take these calls because we ain't got that much time. Caller, you on the air?
Hello.
Hey, good morning.
Morning. How are you?
Doing pretty good. Pretty good. Thank you.
I've been listening, but I've been in between meetings. There's a couple of things I wanted to address that you are talking about. Number one is leadership. And it's time to vote. It's time to encourage as many people, especially young people, to get out and vote and put people in leadership roles that are going to help our community.
Sir.
Something you said about someone called in about having peace and people not moving out of the neighborhood. I bought a house in Milwaukee 50 years ago, and I've been living in that house. The neighborhood has changed due to a number of issues, but our biggest problem is the leadership downtown and at the county.
Absolutely.
And if we don't put people in office who are going to lead and try to take care of the community before they start filling their pockets,
Thank you so much.
Change. It's only going to get worse. That's why all of the jobs have left the city. That's why the businesses are closing. The other part of that is I work for Milwaukee Public Schools here.
Mr. Al, we do have to go, but thank you so much. We had got to pass our time. Caller, we did see you down the call. Thank you for calling. We'll have to get you next time. Courtney, anything else? How can people get in contact with you real quick?
You can email me at thevillagemmke@yahoo.com, or you can find me on Facebook at The Village Organization or on Instagram at The Village MKE.
The views and opinions expressed in this program do not reflect those of Wisconsin Voices. The views and opinions expressed by hosts and guests are their own, and their appearance on the program does not imply any endorsement or representation by Wisconsin Voices. Thank you for listening to Be a Voice with Wisconsin Voices.
Be a Voice.
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 Visit WisconsinVoices.org. Visit WisconsinVoices.org.
Visit WisconsinVoices.org
And learn more on how to be a voice with Wisconsin Voice.